just me, or did this week go way too fast? But yes, it's already Sunday, so happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you guys for coming to swing by, hang out with myself and my guest. But before we get into it, yes, I'm wearing a sweater. It's cold. It's cold up here in the eastern side of Canada. It was freezing cold rain, so I'm already wearing my sweater. But don't worry, because we're bringing the heat tonight. My guest is bringing the heat from the west side of the United States. And of course, we're bringing fire books, man. The market was insane. So some cool stuff fresh off of New York Comic Con as well. So we'll go through some of those books. And of course, we'll talk to our guest tonight regarding New York Comic Con because he was there and he did some cool things. And we'll talk about that very shortly. But before we bring him in, guys, I just may be losing my first match in Fantasy Football League. Yes, I'm up against Lefteros and I'm falling short, it seems, by just a few points. And if you want to see what that feels like, well, if you caught today's game, check this. That's right, man. Yo, London fell a little bit too short on that one. But guys, let's get into it. We're going to bring in my brother from the West Coast, of course. None other than Ian, a.k.a. Hoodrat Comics. How's it going, bro?
What's up, brother, man? Thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Dude, it's a pleasure. Thank you for hopping on. There's so much to discuss. Of course, you're doing some great things. You took some time off of YouTube, right? You were focused, zoned in. Tell us about that. What were you doing?
Oh man, I took some time off, man, to spend time with my family and focus in on jiu-jitsu, man. It's a passion of mine, and I wanted to be a confident blue belt, man. I was a white belt, and I did a bunch of tournaments, man, like 4 or 5 of them. I won 4 out of 5 of them, So and then I got my professor awarded me my blue belt, and I'm back, man. But I'm still training. I was supposed to do a tournament yesterday, but I got injured, so I gotta wait till December now, man. So
there you go. Yeah, I've been keeping a close eye. See you kicking some ass, man. Doing some of that jiu-jitsu on your end, and you look good. You clearly have been zoned in, focused, and so congrats to you on all of the achievements on that end. But of course, you're also doing big things again back within the YouTube community and all that fun stuff, comic stuff. You're hitting up cons. You were at San Diego.
Yep,
and then New York. Yeah, New York Comic Con.
New York Comic Con, man. New York Comic Con was awesome, bro. It was I'd say everybody, man, got to do it once, bro. And you're out there on the East Coast, so you must just fly out to the US to do it, man. It's number one, it's in New York City, bro, so you can't go wrong with that.
Sure.
Like just being in New York City is just like like it's a fabulous city, man. Like food is great, people are great, man. I haven't been there in 20 years, and it's just such a great city. And then you go to New York Comic Con, and it's like the mecca of comics, man. It's even a bigger, way more focused on comics than San Diego. It's the I would say it's the Comic Cons for comics of the world, man. It's just everybody's there, bro. It's crazy, like it's just crazy. It's wild. You go into Artist Alley, and you're like, what? Chris Claremont, what? Like it's just like everybody's there, bro.
It's nuts, exactly. I was watching everybody posting their stuff, especially you. You were doing some good stuff, and of course, content. You brought some cool content to your YouTube page. So everybody who's not already subscribed, definitely go check him out. You got all of his information within the description of this video. But you even just dropped a video right before this show with Paril, right?
Yeah, Lucio, man. Lucio's a good friend, man. Yeah, we met over at San Diego Comic Con last year, and all we did was talk surfing, bro. And we're gonna go surfing, and we just stayed in touch, man. He's always DMing me up. It's like, how's the waves at San Diego? I'm like, it's pretty good, bro. So I mean, half of our interviews is talk about surfing. Like our passion for surfing, and our passion for the arts. And he's also a martial artist too. Like he's a kickboxer, bro. Like Lucio ain't no joke, bro. Like he's just not the guy you see, doing Vampirella, bro. He's out there kickboxing and surfing and everything else. And, he's coming to San Diego, next year in 2024, and he wants to do some jiu-jitsu with me, bro. So he's going to be up in my gym, and I'm going to make the guy dangerous, bro. I'm going to make the guy dangerous,
Well, yeah, man, that would make some good content as well, man. If he whoops your ass, I don't know if you want to post that, though.
No, bro. Lucio ain't no joke, bro. You should see his shoulders, man. That guy, yeah, he's an athlete for sure, man.
Yeah. No, for sure. But that's awesome, man. And the fact that you guys keep in touch, you surf together and all that fun stuff. So that's cool. And he does do some banger covers for Vampirella, but others as well, man. He's
Yeah.
definitely awesome. But yeah, man. So you're back on the YouTube scene, putting out a lot more content. And like we were just saying, San Diego, you were actually doing some cool stuff with Mickey and so forth. Who Swaggle sorry, I said Mickey.
Yep.
But for those who don't know, Swaggle But yeah, you were doing some cool things there too, man. Tell us about that.
Oh, San Diego Comic Con is like a second home, bro. You know, like I just it's just it's the place to be. You know, in July, man, and it's a pop culture con. I won't even say it's a Comic Con because like I've been to New York, so I know what a real Comic Con is supposed to be, and that's
Yeah.
New York. Like San Diego Comic Con should be called San Diego Pop Culture Con, man.
Yep.
Because it's pop culture and movies first, and then comic books and whatever, man. But
Yeah.
it's a great comic. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love San Diego Comic Con. It's awesome, man, and the movie stars in there, and hopefully next year, man, I can get in there as press. They always diss me, bro. Every con gives me a press pass except for San Diego Comic Con, man. Like I actually want to do press stuff, So San Diego Comic Con, man, hook a hometown guy up, bro. Like,
There
why
you
you
go.
got diss, So yeah,
Of course, man.
it's
Yeah,
funny,
that-
right? Like I was talking to like some of the guys over there, man. Like when I was interviewing, I was like, man, I'm a hometown boy in San Diego, and they always diss me, bro. It's just the funniest thing ever,
no love for the San Diego boys. But even though you don't get those media passes, you put out some great content whenever you're
Yeah.
at any con, man. So you're doing some interviews and Q&As, which is very awesome. And yeah, man, keep crushing it, dude. Welcome
Thanks,
back
man.
to the scene.
I appreciate it, bro.
Last time we collabed, we were trying to figure it out. Was it Newbie's channel? Was it the Comic Kingpins? We don't even remember. That's how long it's been.
Bro, I know it's been a minute, bro.
Exactly. But let's get into it, man. There's a lot of stuff to discuss tonight. Of course, hot topics. There's a lot of big news that dropped, but the market report this week was pure fire. A lot of books that I haven't seen on these lists in quite some time. And of course, some of the New York Comic Con books made their way to these lists. So we'll talk some of that. And of course, the Lefteros FOC picks of the week. But before we get into all of that fun stuff, let's say a quick hello to the chat. So Michael Baker, that's right. We got some Baker Shakers tonight. He always contributes to the list, man. So he sent some books my way, and we're gonna highlight those tonight. We got Constantino out west in Canada, not your side. We're on Canada west side, but appreciate you coming to hang out, bro. Then we've got Where'd You Get That hanging out, so waving back at you. Appreciate you swinging by. Nasha Venom's in the house, another local Montrealer, so appreciate you being here. My wife, my lady for life. Yeah, there you go. Marissa's in the house. She's in the other room. Probably gonna get a text saying I'm a bit
Happy
too
wife,
loud.
happy life, man. Hi, Marissa.
There you go. But we got Steph's Comics in the house, man. Another local Montreal boy. Rock and roll tonight, baby. Let's go. Appreciate you swinging by. Lefteros, my friend of me tonight. That's what he is. He's my friend of me. Cutting it close. But Hertz ain't doing me no good right now. I'm watching the score here on my phone, and it's not looking good. But yeah, who else we got here? We got Chiapet in the house, my brother who joins me every
Chiapet?
Thursday to review the episodes of Loki immediately after they drop. So this Thursday we'll be doing episode 4. And of course, if you want to talk anything Loki, come hang out with us on Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. Neighbor to the north, bro. Been a minute, man. I miss this guy. Awesome guy. Hope to get him back on. I would love to have him on the show. It's been a minute since we hung out. So what's up to you, bro? Appreciate you swinging by. Brian LCS. Now, guys, just want to give a quick shout out to not just Brian, but everybody that was involved with the C3 event. I don't know if you saw all that going on this weekend. Great cause, comics curing cancer, and man, did they ever crush it. DJ Links was on here. Rob Fat Stacks was doing his thing. Everybody that was involved with this project crushed it. $25,000 was the target.
Wow.
They hit $50,000.
Damn.
To
Congrats,
raise,
guys.
yeah, man, raise money for curing cancer. So shout out to them, the boys, everybody involved with the project. You guys all killed it. Everybody who donated. So keep that. That's probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. See what happens when we come together, right? Awesome stuff, man. But RP's in the house, man. RP, waving back at you, bro. Appreciate you swinging by. Exactly, man. C3 killing it. Proud of you guys. All right. Ian, bro, you ready to do this? Now, before we get into some of the FOC picks of the week, I have to ask you. I want to hear it from your gut, brother.
All
Are
right.
you ready?
I'm ready, bro. Let's do this.
Let's do it. All right, now the FOC picks of the week selected by Lefteros for a week of October 23rd. There's quite a few good books, but I would say it's a little quiet, but some sneaky ones. But regardless, go and visit comicnation.us and get yourself an additional 5% discount off of your order by using discount code Black Crown. That will total your order to 20% off. So let's get into the first book of this week. We've got American Psycho #1. This is the cover K, a special second look variant by Christian Rosado. I'll be honest with you, I didn't get a chance to read issue 1 yet. I haven't picked it up. I've been slacking on hitting up Comic Nation's, local place I could go pick up my books here. But yeah, man. So, are you picking this one up? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I haven't picked it up either, man. But I'm a big fan of the movie. You know, this movie's nuts. What's up, Nemesis? Yeah, man, this movie's crazy, bro. Like Christian Bale in this movie is he's the American Psycho, man. You know, like but yeah, I haven't picked it up, but I heard it's a pretty good read.
Yep. Oh, dude, I'm pumped to pick it up and read it. But this is a pretty neat cover. Now, I saw a lot of covers, obviously released with this one, but there's actually one we'll talk about. Yes, it's that 1 in 10. So you guys get a little preview here on the market report section of the show tonight. But moving on from this one, we have Animal Pound. This is an Ashcan, which is pretty cool. It's a cover A. Ashcan strictly limited to its initial print run and never to be printed again. So that's awesome. Stories by Tom King, dude. So yeah, I'm interested on this one. Now, I hope we don't go down that Stray Dogs rabbit hole. You know what I mean? You remember when Stray Dogs dropped? A lot of people were going nuts for it.
Yeah.
A lot of speculators and stuff like that. I'll be honest with you, I fell down that rabbit hole, especially when they released that. I think it was the 1 in 10. It was like the Crow homage for Stray Dogs, but it was awesome. But this Ashcan,
all those covers for Stray Dog were dope, though. You gotta, if you're a horror fan, bro, like all those covers are fire, man. I fell into it too, you know. Dude. So.
Agreed. So I'm definitely picking this up, especially that it's an Ashcan. So I know there, a lot of people go nuts for Ashcans, and I'll make sure to lock some of these down. I think I might order 2-3 copies. So, you picking any up?
Yeah, man, I'd pick this one, man, just for Tom King. You know, I want to see, I want to see who's writing, bro. I love Tom King, man. You know, he's a great writer. You know, so I'm willing to give it a chance.
Yep. I agree, man. And of course, before we move on to the next book, Comic Ozzy's in the house. Ozzy, brother, appreciate you swinging by. He's going to be having a fire whatnot sale. If you guys haven't seen his Instagram, he posted some of the books he's going to be selling. They look insane. I just might hop on, man. You may have convinced me to buy off of whatnot. And of course, JF's in the house. My brother, greatly appreciate you swinging by, dude. All right. Yeah, Animal Pound going to be amazing. Yeah, dude, I'm excited, man. It looks pretty cool. But all right. Moving on, G.I. Joe, a real American hero #1. That's right, cover A reprint that features Larry Hama's original unedited dialogue, which has never been seen print. So that's pretty neat. Now, you just, finished New York Comic Con. You saw there was quite some talk, right, with the Energon universe. So it looks like G.I. Joe is getting a lot of love. I think this is worthy of a pickup. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, me too, man. I actually have this original, but Skybound is really I think they're doing a pretty good job of marketing, man, the Energon universe, and I think this is going to be it's going to continue the story from when it was with IDW, So this is it's. I'm confused by this one, man, because then we got we have the Cobra Commander series coming out, and then by Joshua Williams, and then we have the Duke one. So I don't know how this all fits into this, the continuation of the G.I. Joe from the IDW series. But it's cool to see Larry Hama on the, he's back on the on as the writer for the ongoing series with Image. So it's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah, Nemesis. I think Hood just did a double blink, so you may want to bust the door down. But yeah, man, no, dude, I agree. I think this is pretty neat and worthy of a pickup, especially reading, Larry Hama's original unedited dialogue. So that's pretty cool. All right, moving on from this one. Speaking G.I. Joe, yeah, we got another one. G.I. Joe, a real American hero #1, cover A. So this is the continuation of the long-running series. This is what you were talking about, right? IDW. Yeah. So solicitation states that one Joe will not survive this issue. I'm very curious to see.
Me too.
Yeah, who that's gonna be, man.
just don't let it be Snake Eyes, bro. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that would get a lot of backlash.
No, bro. Yeah, just like them killing Bumblebee in the Transformers, bro. I'm like, damn.
Yep.
Going for the heart.
Yep.
So.
Yep. No, for sure. Lefteros, we know. I'm just saying there was a lot of fire around New York Comic Con with the books that they released. Was that Cobra Commander
Mhm.
#1? But yeah, I think separate stories. Yep, of course. Aaron Yeager, love the channel. Started watching you guys a month ago, and I'm almost caught up to everything. Dude, appreciate you subscribing and hanging out with us, man. It means a lot to us. So, especially myself. Moving on from this one. Incredible Hulk #6. Dude, this Hulk run has been absolutely amazing. So far, I'm loving all 5 issues that have dropped. Now, first appearance and cover of the zombie Ghost Rider, and he's pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. He's got that army feel going to him. You see that? Like,
Yeah, bro. It's sick.
I want to say World War One-ish, I guess. I don't know, man. He's got the little army helmet and the vest. Look at him, man. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty sick. I like this cover, man. It's awesome, bro. By
Yep.
Nick Klein too. Yeah, dope.
Yep. Are you reading any of the Hulk right now?
No, I'm not reading the Hulk, man. Like I'm not on that one. But
Yeah.
I heard it's been a great series, man. I heard it's been awesome.
Get on it, dude. You got to get on it. It's so
See,
good.
now I'm gonna have to go buy all. I'm gonna have to go buy all 5 now, bro. So.
ComicNation.us. Do your thing. All right. Now, moving on from this, we've got Philadelphia 31, first appearance of Johnny Gatlin in backup story prologue. Spawn appearance, which is pretty neat. I think this is a beautiful cover, but to be honest with you, I am nowhere close to caught up when it comes to Philadelphia, man.
Oh, I love Philadelphia, man. It's one of my favorite runs, man, by Rodney Barnes, and Jason Alexander on the art, bro. It's just a well written story, man. And it's pretty awesome. I mean, I think Rodney's been giving like the heads up to everybody, like something's gonna go down, man. Number 30 and number 31. Those are books you want to kind of grab. Right. But I was actually able to pick up the New York Comic Con exclusives from Rodney's booth. There's a black and white. I think I brought it here, man. Let me see. Just for the guys to see, yeah. Here we go, man. So these were at New York Comic Con, man, for 31. And it actually says on the in the top right corner, New York Comic Con 2023. So these are actually going to stay in my PC, man. And I'm a real big fan of Rodney Barnes and what he's doing with his own universe, his own like vampire universe and Blackula and everything else he's doing, man. I just love everything Rodney Barnes does, man. I'm a big fan, man. So,
that's awesome, man. And those are some awesome books that you picked up right there. Speaking of awesome books, guys, I want to give a quick shout out to somebody who hopped in the chat here. You got Gear Up 260. If you guys aren't already, go subscribe to his channel. The man is actually the guy who presses, cleans, and submits all my comics, and he does a lot of CGC unboxings on his channel that he recently launched. So go check it out. He is always killing it. One of the best in the game. So, all right. Moving on from this one, Michael Baker just claimed your books. Hit him with the invoice.
Send me your address, bro. Not playing.
But all right, man. Moving on from this, you got a Joshua Swaby variant for Captain Marvel #2, which is a very neat cover. And of course, you got Howard the Duck by Scotty Young. Scotty Young getting a lot of love, man. I actually got a book coming back from Scotty Young very shortly. I know the grade. I won't share it. I will share it with you guys in a video, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, I think I'm gonna be picking up the Howard the Duck. I think that's awesome, man. Scotty Young, he kills it. He kills it all the time.
Bro, he just, I mean, you could say what you wanted about his, Scotty Young babies, bro, but his covers are always fire, especially that Transformers cover he did a couple weeks ago or whatever. That thing was fire, bro. Like, he just does some great covers, man.
Agreed, man. Now, Hood, we've got one of our brothers in the chat. We got to show him some love. Uni X is in the house.
That's my boy, man. Uni, bro. That's my boy, Uni, man. I love you too, man.
One of my favorite guys to chat with in the community, man. And always just, sharing some great knowledge, great info. If you guys aren't already, go follow him on Instagram.
He's always ahead of the game, man. Uni's always ahead of the game. Always.
If there's anybody that's Kang, it's this man. He's got to be from the 31st century because he knows everything. He knows everything. But all right, man, guys, that was the FOC picks of the week. Now, of course, support Lefteros by following Comic Nation US on Instagram, and of course, go visit the website. Make sure you use Blackround as a discount code to get an additional 5% off. And of course, go and check out Cover Price, man. Our boy Lefteros is actually doing the new comic book day and FOC portions of the website every week, banging out some great information. Ian, we did pretty good on the FOC.
We did pretty good, man. Those are some fire books, bro.
Not bad.
Fire books, yeah.
But if you want to talk fire books, we're going to talk some of the market stuff. There's a lot of books on this week's list. I think this is going to be probably one of the biggest lists I've done so far. So, that being said, I want to hear it in your full jiu-jitsu voice. Ian, are you ready?
Os, let's do it, bro. Os, let's go.
I'm going to use that every time now, man. But all right, guys, market report, of course, books that we've picked from the list on CBSI, Cover Price, eBay, Go Collect, even Key Collector on their top 20s. But yeah, man, let's look at some of the books from this week. And of course, Hood, like we said, you were at New York Comic Con, so you might recognize some of these books. Hell, you might even have them in front of you, behind you, or who knows, right? So let's get into it. But the first book, not a New York book, was actually Batman and Robin #2. This is the 1:25 ratio, where we got the first full appearance of Shush. Yes, Shush, Hush. We get it. We get it. Yeah, whether you love it, you hate it. But yeah, man, this one made some moves on the secondary market. Now, a high sale went for $47 US, and near mint face market value seems to be selling at $38 US. Came in at number 8 on Cover Price. Brother, what's your thoughts?
Oh man, I say wait, bro, on this one, man. Daughters always start up hot, bro, and then about like a month later, bro, you could probably get this for half the price. So hit the brakes on this, guys, man. But I'm willing to give it a read, man. I don't think I'll get the 1:25, but I want to see what she's all about, man. You know what I'm saying? So so Shush, man. I think they're really going hard with the Hush stuff now, huh? So that's a pretty good indicator about what might happen, in the future Batman projects they got over at Warner Brothers, man. So.
And that's exactly it, man. There's a lot of, rumors. Well, we've known since the Batman movie did drop, right, that they're heading in that direction with Hush. So, the Hush books made a bit of a splash. I would say, like, last week it was on the list. This week it was on the list again. But yeah, man, definitely interested to see what they do with this character, Shush. But before we move on to the next book, Dan Delatorre, my brother, always crushing it on every channel. You guys did some cool stuff on your channel with Dan. He even had Dan's corner there. What was it called? I keep forgetting.
Bro, there's an announcement, and Dan's gonna love it too. Me and Dan talked today, and he's coming back to do Dan's comic book corner starting next week. It's the best. It's the best segment on YouTube, bro. Dan,
I love it.
Dan gets free reign. He can say whatever he wants, man. It's like, just go, Dan. So.
And the man comes with tons of great knowledge, so I'm looking forward to that. Uni saying, dope interview with Perillo, bro. Hoodrat, he got a 1 in 50 on pre-ordering of Vampirella. Yeah, man, I still got to watch it. I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was putting the kids to bed, but immediately after this show, I am looking forward to watching that one, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, Uni.
Yep. Hey, Uni, I don't know if you heard at the beginning of the show, Ian was telling us that this guy is surfing with Perillo. Like, that's some big stuff right there. Big stuff, and maybe we'll get a video of him doing jiu-jitsu with him at some point. But all right, let's move on to the next book. Now, this is the one I was talking about, bro. Spawn's Universe Sampler 2023. This was signed and limited to 250 with this red signature over here, looking badass. I absolutely love it. High sales, dude. Check this, man. $550 US. Yeah. $444 US in the near mint face market value, coming in at number 5 on Cover Price. Now I see you shuffling over there. Are you gonna do this?
I'm gonna do it, bro.
Let me see.
I'm gonna do it. There you go. I actually went to the panel for this. It was a great panel, man. It's awesome to go to another panel besides going to Marvel and DC. Like, it's a very adult panel. I suggest anybody goes to Comic Cons go to Todd McFarlane, Spawn, Image, Skybound panel. Like, leave the big two, to themselves. But Todd, man, came strong with this one. And I'll tell you guys a story. Like, what happened at the panel, man, is like, before the panel was done, everybody, I guess Todd's, publicist came out and was like, she was just like the mama bear. She's like, if I see any of you guys running or bumping each other, I'm just gonna stop handing this out. So I want you guys to go all out in a single file line. If I see any of that, like that hogwash stuff, no one's getting a book, bro. Everybody was silent, stood straight up, bro. Threw up the peace sign for to be quiet, like you're in school. Listened to her, and everybody walked out like civilized people. I was like so impressed at the comic book community because everybody knew like this book was gonna be hot, man. It was gonna be like the hottest book probably at New York Comic Con I was very impressed by the comic book community. Like no one was smashing and trying to grab like two or threes. Everybody grabbed their single and went about their way. And I saw Comics and Culture. He was there too, and we just kind of like gave each other dabs, bro. He's like, "We got the book, man." And this is gonna be my New York Comic Con treasure for 2023. Never gonna be selling. So whatever book you guys saw on the market wasn't mine, man. It's gonna stay in the PC, bro.
Well,
And thank you, Tom
rightfully.
McFarlane. You
Yeah,
know,
man, rightfully so. That dude. It's an awesome book to own. I wouldn't give that up for anything. Not even no money's worth. Oh, actually, I might be lying. I mean, if the money goes higher, we might be talking. But Nemesis is bringing up a little something here. Hood, remember that after party at New York Comic Con? You were really trying hard to land those ladies at the bar.
don't tell my wife, bro.
Nemesis always trolling, man. I love it. But yeah, man, some of those spawns are going for 250 now already. Wow, look at that. So coming down, it seems, but definitely worthy of a hold, in my opinion. Todd is the man.
He's the
Agreed.
man, bro. He knows how to take care of his fans. He always does, man. Every Comic Con I go to, man, he's always taking care of his fans, taking time out of his, heavy like schedule to say what's up or do an interview, man. He's a good dude, man. Like he exemplifies what you should be doing at that level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Agreed, man. And now North 49 swinging by. Greatly appreciate you, brother. It means a lot that you're here with us tonight. Now, we've got more books to talk about. So let's move on to the next one. Like I said earlier, American Psycho #1, the 1 in 10 ratio. It's that business card style. I like this. It's so cool. The Patrick Bateman, but it's got the blood splash all over it. So 4-issue limited series coming out for American Psycho, and a high sale was $50 US, near mint face market value at $43 US. Came in at #2 on CBSI and cover price. So pretty interesting, man. I did not get one. Did you?
I didn't, man, but I saw this on Instagram and I thought it was perfect, man. The simplicity of it just being a business card with blood splatter, like you get your point across and more, man. Like good on the artist, man. Like it's dope, bro. Like very great idea and awesome concept, man.
If I would have known I could have made a comic cover on Vistaprint, I would have done this a long time
For real,
ago.
bro. And then it would be like selling like over ratio, like 5 times over ratio, bro. Like sign me up, man.
Exactly, man. Look, it's a neat approach, but yeah, this is what I mean.
It's pretty.
I could have done it on Vistaprint, but it's pretty cool to see that it's
could have done it on Photoshop, bro. Like I could do it on Photoshop in 5 minutes, bro.
Yeah, but American Psycho fans are definitely out there. I'm a fan, man. Christian Bale is just badass. But yeah, man, pretty cool to see this one where it's at. Now, this is one I know Uni is gonna have some love for. He was one of the few and probably one of the I don't want to say the only, but very minimal people I saw on Instagram talking about it. Space Usagi Yokai. I'm gonna say Yokai. We're good. Yokai Hunter, we're good. #1.
Yokai, yeah.
And this is the Clone Wars #1 homage cover, which is pretty neat. Now, New York Comic Con, limited to 1,000. First appearance of Akemi, daughter of Usagi. High sale, $74 for this one. Near mint face market value, $41. Came in as a runner-up at #11 on cover price. And I think this is a pretty neat book, man. Uni's been sharing some of those cool covers regarding this one. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was the first one that I saw posting this and bring this to my attention. So I was like, oh, okay, this is a pretty neat homage cover. Did you get a chance to pick this one up at New York Comic Con or?
Nah, man, I didn't, man. I couldn't really like it was kind of like a secret handshake type of book, bro. Like some guys, I think one of the guys on Whatnot was selling it. And I didn't feel like doing all of that, bro. Like I just want to get the book, man. So I if I really wanted it, I'd just jump on eBay and grab it. But Uni told me about this book like prior. Like he sent me some messages like, bro, if you go to New York, this is the one you want to get. But I'm not a secret handshake guy, man. Like I just want to give you my money and move on. So I didn't grab one, but it's a dope cover, man. And I love Star Wars, man. And Clone Wars is one of the most epic books you can get. Clone War #1, so it's awesome, man.
There you go. So it's daughter of Space Usagi. Usagi is her ancestor. There you go. So clearing that up for us. Appreciate you, Uni. But pretty neat book. I've slacked completely on the Usagi Yojimbo stuff, man. Like it's not my forte. I could tell you Hyper was definitely a big fan. But yeah, man, neat book to see on the list this week. Now another one. This is getting lots of love, man. Godzilla #1, of course, with Godzilla -1 making its way very soon.
Yep.
I believe November 1st is when it's going to be dropping, I think in Japan or something. And then
Mm-hmm.
December 1st, we're going to be getting it here in North America. So I'm looking forward to that. And of course, Monarch on Apple. So Apple TV is going to be getting that. First US ongoing series of Godzilla, CGC 98 sold for $324. That's pretty impressive. And a near mid face market value of $59, coming in at 19 on cover price, bro.
Yeah, man. The whole kaiju movement, bro, is happening, man. I actually watched the first six episodes of Monarch on Disney Plus. It's dope, bro. It's really good, man. It's really well done. It really gets you in the feel of like being fearful of like another big monster kaiju
Yeah.
attack. I suggest, man. I mean, I'm gonna do a review on my channel of Monarch, and I suggest everybody check it out, man, because I was pretty stuck, man. I think I watched 3 episodes in a row and then 3 after, bro. Me and my wife, and
Nice.
we got a pretty good concept of what's going on, man. And yeah, totally recommend it.
I gotta check it out, man. I don't even have Apple TV, to be honest with you. I actually just got an iPhone 15, so I got 6 months free, part of the promotion.
Oh,
So
nice.
I just might be able to catch that very soon, man. But yeah, no, Monarch looks pretty awesome, man. I saw the trailers; it looks insane.
Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. So yeah, I could see, man. Like they were doing a real big push for Godzilla as well, man. They had a kind of after party going on Saturday where they were watching it on 41 millimeter, and you get free
Oh
sushi and all
wow,
that stuff. Yeah, I actually sent my friend to go, man. My friend Jay instead of me. I was like, yeah, here's a ticket, bro. Just go. And he said it was awesome, man. He gave it the party a 9 out of 10. So I was like, dude. He was like sake, Godzilla, and sushi, bro. Like
yeah.
it's all good, man. You know.
He totally took the free ticket for the sushi and then got the rest as that the cherry on the top, right?
Right.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Moving on from Godzilla, we got Uncanny X-Men 221. Lots of love around this book because of Mr. Sinister, and of course, this book has the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. X-Men 97 is going to be making its way very shortly. So, with talks of Mr. Sinister, it's only normal we're going to be seeing some sales. Now, this one comes in and leaves the lists every so often. CGC 98 sold for $280 and near mid face market value $66. Came in at number 20 on cover price, number 9 on CBSI. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, man, it's interesting, man, because on my comic book show I do with Go Collect, this was on our first episode. We talked about like Mr. Sinister would be like a real dope, like villain in the next as an X-Men villain in the MCU, and it was going for a pretty decent price, man. We do the co book show, so that we're trying to get you guys a deals, and now to see it like about a month later on the list, man, it's crazy. So should be watching our show if you want to get ahead of that, man. These prices up. So
Yeah, and of course, yeah, you're doing some great things with Go Collect and so forth. You even got the Cold Keys going on, man, which I really enjoy watching. Those are awesome. But yeah, definitely check that out. All right, moving on from this one, we've got
oh,
Blade Vampire Hunter #1. Yes, dude, this cover is
bro.
absolutely gorgeous. Now, you're a huge Blade fan, hence why the Thummy had Blade on it. So for those of you who don't know, every guest that I've had on my show, if you're wondering why those characters are there, I ask every guest, well, who's your favorite character? And you chose Blade. So this
Hmm.
book might stand out to you, but a CGC 98 sold for $800, dude. Cover price shaker, only 11 CGC 98s on census, which is pretty cool.
Bro, this is a this is a HTF, bro. Like these
Yep.
9.8s are hard to find. Even just this cover, like as a raw,
Alone, yeah.
like it's the gem. It's a gem of like it's probably the top 3 gems of all Blade books you can get, man. I don't even have one. I know my boy Matrix has one. I know Lucky has one. I know my boy Javid Comic Book Crackhead has one. It's a hard book to find, man. And to have a 9.8 in this book, like any Blade super fan is like searching for this book, man. I'm still searching for it, man. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't even have a raw of this book, bro. Like it's a book that I want, like it's a book that I need. Like if I was presented with a good price on this book, I'd totally buy it off the bat, man. So I don't see it at conventions either. Like I don't see it at
Yep.
conventions. I rarely see it on Instagram for sale. But yeah, man, this is a book that all Blade fans need and want. So
Absolutely, man. And the cover absolutely screams 90s, man. This is a pure
Yeah.
90s cover, 100%. And of course, the Blade hype is definitely there. I mean, we got a little bit of him within Eternals. We just got his voice. But that's all we've gotten so far. So the Blade hype train is definitely taking off. A lot of people showing love towards the Blade, but this particular book, definitely, like you said, very difficult to find, man. So if you find them out there, definitely keep an eye out.
Hmm.
All right. The next book,
Wow.
Deadpool, Merc with a Mouth, number 12. That's right. It's a Nirvana homage cover. Never mind the album. So CGC 98 sold for 250 US dollars. It was a cover price shaker. Now, Deadpool also getting lots of love. There's been many Nirvana homage covers. In fact, that baby that we saw on that
Hmm.
album cover has homaged himself throughout time and ironically ended up suing Nirvana towards recent years. The guy grew up and was like, yeah, I'm going to sue these guys. Strange, but regardless, awesome. It's a classic cover, regardless. And this one being an awesome homage. I think it's awesome, of course, with the taco in front of him rather than a dollar bill.
Hmm.
But yeah, man. So pretty interesting to see this one sell. It's 250 US dollars for a 9.8, man. Pretty cool.
Hmm. You know, it's crazy, man. When I seen this slide when you sent it to me, I was like, bro, did I just miss this in a bin? You know, because I think I seen this in a bin like I don't know, man. Maybe a couple weeks ago, bro. Maybe even at New York, and I was like, bro, I've seen this like 2 or 3 times, and I never grab it, man. You know, but yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic homage to that great album, man. And that little kid, they should pay that little kid, bro, because half of what made that album was the cover. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that cover is so sick, bro. You know, like
Yep. It was, dude. Seen it on many, dude. Yeah, I could walk into a store, a modern day store.
yep.
You fucking Kim Kardashian will probably wear a T-shirt like with the Nirvana cover on it, right? For Nevermind.
I
But
know, right?
yeah, man, it's become a fashion statement. But very neat cover, and like I said, of course, Deadpool getting lots of love with all the news
Hmm.
surrounding it. But again, interesting to see this one hit 250
Wow.
US dollars, man. Before we move on to the next book, my brother Dave Collects is in the house. Yeah, buddy, man. Appreciate you swinging by, bro. Much love to Dave. He's always crushing it with his cards, and dude, I fell down that rabbit hole. We've gone
Yeah.
through this, but yeah, man. All right, next book.
Oh
Yes, this
no.
is happening,
Oh
guys. This
no.
is
No.
happening. Yes, that's Kelsey's girlfriend on a comic, but Fame Taylor Swift #1, dude. It's nuts. It's
No.
nuts. Absolutely nuts. Raw copy sold for 85 US dollars. Cover price shaker
Raw
and
copy?
raw copy, man. I'm so annoyed. Not just with the Taylor Swift news, Dazzler, and so forth. Like I could totally see it, 100%. But I can't even watch a goddamn football game anymore or go on the NFL website without seeing Taylor Swift. So
You can't even like like pay attention to comic stuff because she's popping in our stuff too now. You know.
that's right. She has completely invaded. But that being said, this comic sold for 85 US dollars, dude.
Wow.
Yep.
Who bought this, man? Come on, man. Raise your hand in the chat, bro. Who bought this? Who bought this book, dude? Like, it isn't. I don't know. Do even Taylor Swift fans even know about comics, bro? Because it has to be one of us. You know, it has to be one of us out here. You know,
And
like.
yep. It's a
All
comic
right,
collection.
it was me. No, I'm playing. Bro, it's not me.
I dude, don't
It was
don't
Nemesis, bro.
100%. I guarantee it was Uni. He was ahead of his time. He was like,
I
yo, let
know,
me
bro.
get this.
You just like, bro. I seen this in a bin, bro. Uni made some money on this one, bro. It had to be Uni. He didn't
Yep.
buy it. He bought it was $1 and then sold it for 85 because he's always ahead of the game. You know.
I, I know you accused Nemesis, but Nemesis might be spot on. It was totally newbie, man.
Newbie bought.
100%.
It's newbie spot, bro.
Yeah, but this was a legitimate sale, guys. This unfortunately happened. But moving on.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is a sale, bro. This
Wow.
is a big ass sale. Now I wish I like honestly, if there is a book of such
Hmm.
that I wish to own, like one of those
Wow.
childhood memories, characters you grew up with. I got Super Mario. I think this one is up there for the next one, but way out of my reach. Look at this
Wow.
coin. 4 color 16. That's right, man. Mickey Mouse outwits the Phantom Blot. First Mickey Mouse comic. This is pretty neat. Now, of course, there's comic strips that have come out prior, but this is I guess we could say the first U.S. Mickey Mouse comic book. Regardless, a raw, fine copy, raw, dude. This is raw. Sold
Hmm.
for $7,211 US, and a raw good copy sold for $2,300.
Damn,
Absolutely
bro.
insane. Cover price shaker. I imagine this. These are probably harder to come across. I don't imagine many people wanting to even let go of this book. Um, if I was in need of money, 7,200 is not a bad payday, to be
Hmm.
honest with you.
Hmm.
So congrats to whoever picked that up. But I think this is an awesome book that probably everybody would want in their PC if they had the opportunity.
That's such like a '50s cover too. Like golden age stuff, man. Like '50s comic, bro. Like it's just a beautiful cover, man. And it'd be like the best ever like 31 days of Hollywood, Halloween comic book covers ever. Like if you posted this, bro, like you would just blow people's minds, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's sick, bro. Like yeah, we can only dream though, man. Maybe you could find this like in some antique shop in like Ohio, bro. Like in some
Yeah.
small town or something, bro. I don't know, man. But yeah, damn, 7,200 bucks. Whew,
Yep. Big
crazy.
coin. Big coin. Yeah, man. It's Mickey Mouse, dude. I think we're at the 100 years now, right, of Disney.
Yeah.
So imagine where this goes in time. But yeah, moving on from this one. This was
Hmm.
interesting, man. Marvel Comics presents 175 final issue of the run. CGC 98
Wow.
sold for 750 US dollars. I think it is a gorgeous cover. Cover price
Hmm.
shaker of the week, but I would not be going crazy spending that kind of coin. That's just me personally on this
Hmm.
book. Now, I'm a bit confused because when I was doing some homework on this one, I know that new Genix is making their appearance also within issue 150, if I'm not mistaken, and 175 as well. So I was a little confused. They didn't write any of the information. I've not read it, so I'm not going to say things I'm not too sure of. But
Hmm.
regardless of the fact, there was also something that looked like two covers here for this book. So I'm assuming this one is due to scarcity. But still, $750 US for a CGC 98. That's pretty impressive coin for this book, man. What's your thoughts?
I don't know if I'm gonna pay 750, man. I can maybe find this like somewhere in a back bin or something at some LCS, man. But it's a dope cover, man. I mean, I love horror covers. I love all that, man. And it's my type of cover, man. Like with the Spider-Man skull there, man. Like
Yeah.
and everybody else too. But 750. I mean, did anybody in the chat got info on this one, man? Like, I was kind of like stunned by this, like 750 for 9.8, because there's a lot of other books you could buy for 750. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep. No, for sure, man. Baker's saying he's seen this one at 11.99 US
huh?
as a listing. Pretty insane, but yo, my brother from Spine Takes Uncanny Swags in the house, man. Appreciate you swinging by, brother. Broncos, what's going on, bro? What's going on? But Colorado
Yeah.
Avalanche is kicking some serious ass, man. I got McKinnon in my pool, so I'm thankful for that, and of course for you swinging by, bro. But all right, let's move on from this book.
Damn.
Dude, yeah, this is a banger, man. Mighty Avengers #3, the
Yep.
Eminem cover, right? It's released the day after Marshall Mathers LP2 album. So that one, this book came out the day after, and raw sold for 265 US dollars. Cover price shaker. I've
Damn.
seen this come up every so often, every now and then, um, but I don't see it that often, right? It's a book that I'll see listed, but they don't last long, man. And I think this is it's a pretty awesome cover, man. I love this cover in its entirety with everything it represents. But 265 US dollars, pretty impressive for a raw copy, dude.
Mm. I've had this book and it's since left my collection, and I kind of regret it now, man, because I think it left for like half of that price. You know what I'm saying? Like when I saw this, I was like 265. Wow,
Yeah,
man. Like I mean these anything that has to do with hip hop, man. Like has really like become kind of out of reach, man. Like
yeah,
especially like all the Marvel hip hop books and everything. During COVID, man, they're they're at another level now. That's why I kind of like always recommend like look outside of Marvel for hip hop books.
yeah,
Look look at like stuff that was done on Image and some of the indies, because there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of great homages, man. Especially like Bitter Root, man. I think people forgot
Yeah.
about Bitter Root. Bitter Root has some dope like homages, man, to hip movies that have to do with hip hop culture, man, and even even albums, man. Like so if like you're a hip hop head, and you love like me, and the old guys that love hip hop back in the day in the '90s, man, like try to look outside of Marvel and and maybe look at some DC stuff and indie stuff, man, because there's a lot of good stuff going on there too.
Yeah, dude, you're totally right, man. And there are some that are exclusives that also saw a little spike on the aftermarket, especially throughout COVID. I remember it was Department of Truth having a few homage covers, Metallica.
Yeah.
They did
Oh.
some of those rock ones, but they also did the Eminem one, man. I don't know if you remember that one. They had the
Yep.
purple cover. It was
Mhm.
pretty neat. It saw a little bit of an uptick, and then after it stabilized. But I think this is a very awesome book, and I agree with you, man. There's other ones too that Marvel did, like the all new Wolverine one recently popped there with the homage to DMX, which is
Yep.
real nice. But yeah, I agree with you, man. Those hip hop covers, you get you get the best of both worlds, right? You got hip hop, you got comics, so it's an easy sale. It's an easy sale, and I think this book is pretty neat, man. I wish I could own this one. I don't.
I know, man. I wish I would have kept mine, but I don't now. But it's in a good home. It's in one of my best friends' homes, so I'm good
There
with
you
it,
go.
man. I'm good with it. I can visit it sometimes.
There
I
you
go to
go.
Orange County or something. He knows who he is. So
Awesome, man. But all right. Next one here, man, is Deadpool v Gambit. Yes, the V is for versus, as you can see right there on the title of the cover. But 2016 San Diego Comic Con variant. I don't know
oh,
if you had the blessings of getting one of these ones, but raw high sale, $170 man. That's pretty impressive. Cover price shaker, of course. Gambit news, Deadpool news, but it's pretty neat to see that 7 years later, right? San Diego
right.
Comic Con exclusive still holding some value here, $170.
I mean, to be honest, man, it's the first time I've ever seen this cover, man. Like and I was at 2016 SDCC. And I don't even know if they sold this at the Marvel booth or it was like an exclusive for from an artist, man. But it makes sense, man. You're getting all the Gambit news, and you're getting we do have the Deadpool news, and we got the Taylor Swift crap too. So
Yep.
it all kind of meshes into this one, man. Selling for $170, bro. But yeah, man, I mean, this is the first time I've seen this cover.
Yep.
And I was at that con hustling. You know what I'm saying? So it might be a hidden gem, bro, and it may not be a lot out there. So
Yep. I agree, man. But before we move on to the next book, bro, I gotta say hi to none other than my sister from another Mister. Newbie
oh
Comics is in the house. That's right. What's up, bro? Appreciate you swinging by. I know he's tuned in to the Philly game right now. He's a big Philly fan. Eagles. I need Hurts to come up clutch, man. I need him to fucking get those points for me tonight. All
what's
right.
up, newbie?
Yeah, man. Always appreciate Newbie. Don't forget to check it out. 9:40. I want to say 9:40 or 9:45 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday nights, man. I'm there with him and of course Rocksteady. All right. Baker Shaker time, baby. I don't know if you saw this one, bro, but Spawn #1, the black and white variant. It's the 1 in 50 incentive for issue 65, which is pretty cool, right? They went back to reprint issue 1. So if you ordered, well, stores ordered 50 copies of issue 65, well, then they got rewarded with this one. CGC 98, dude, sold for $2,700. Pretty impressive. But according to Michael Baker, this has also come down a little bit, right? But yeah, Baker Shaker this week. He says he absolutely needs this, and I'm not surprised, being the huge Spawn fan that he is. Pretty interesting, man, to see this sale. What's your thoughts, bro?
Man, like Spawn fans, man, they're true fans. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta have everything for the collection, man. And I don't. This one is not a mystery to me, man. Like just being at that Spawn panel over there in New York Comic Con, I understood like Spawn fans are the real fans, man. They're hardcore, like, and to me, it's not unexpected, man. This is probably a diamond in the rough, man. HTF for real. And that $2,700 for a 9.8 is a real thing for me, for understanding where Spawns come from, man, where Spawn fans come from. And that's why I think this book, man, like it may settle to 250, but in the future it's gonna be it's gonna be a very like book that everybody that's gonna be wanted by the majority of the Spawn collectors and Spawn heads, man, because there's only 250 of these made, man. Like,
Yep.
and they only had one. Like when I was in line, I was there when I was going in line. They had a clicker, when you went in line, and they stopped it at like 250 people. Like
Wow.
if you didn't get in when the clicker, you weren't going into the panel. Like they stopped it, man, and like because I think I went in, I was like 199, so I got in there just in time. And then
Nice.
the guys behind me were like, "Yeah, they stopped the line, man. They said I was like 250, so they were done." Everybody was kind of, I didn't know about it until the guys were like, "Yeah, I'm 219, I'm 220, I'm 211 or whatever." Like
Yeah.
everybody knew like we're in, we're under 250. So Spawn collectors, man, they know like when you make something like super limited like the one at New York Comic Con, it's gonna be a big book in the end, and like this one, like a lot of Spawn books, man. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So,
Of course, they definitely use that clicker to make sure they don't have another
bro,
incident like Spawn Netherrealm. You remember that?
yeah, bro, I remember that they had a clicker, dude, and I was like, I noticed her clicking me by, and I was like, I didn't know, like I was just like getting in line, and I was
Yep.
there like 45 minutes early, and I guess people had lined up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, like, and the panel was until like 6, so they definitely closed the line, man, because they weren't gonna have that madness, you know what I'm saying? So I
Nah.
understand where this, I have a way more appreciation for Spawn fans now, and I appreciate and I can understand why this book is at $2,700, man.
Yep.
So
There you go, man. All right, man. Let's move on to the next book. But we've got Venom, a Lethal
wow,
Protected #1. This is the gold foil variant and a Baker Shaker of the week. Of course, CGC 98 came in at $1,500 US. But before I finish speaking on this book, what's good, Trev, bro?
what's
Appreciate you
up, Trev?
swinging by, man. Yeah, Trev always crushing it. He's going live in a couple minutes, man. So go show some love and subscribe. But the gold foil, dude, it's pretty interesting because there's quite a few of these. I remember the last time checking, I think the CGC census for 9/8 was well over 700 copies. So $1,500 is pretty impressive. But again, I
Wow.
could totally understand why, right? A little more scarce than
Yep.
the ever so, I want to say overprinted regular cover, but still, nonetheless, a beautiful book to own. Any symbiote fan would definitely want this in their PC, man.
Yeah, man, that Spider-Man 2 video game is really pushing Spawn and symbiotes, man. And I didn't, like I've understood video games are part of like, like a comic collectors play the video games, but what sets like I think this game aside is that like the story behind it, you know what I'm saying? Like I heard this, I mean, I watched it. I watched 10 minutes of it over at San Diego Comic Con, and I watched another 10 minutes of it at New York Comic Con, and it's dope, bro. This video game is wild, man. I'm not a game player. I'm the type of guy that watches it on YouTube while
Yeah.
you play. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to watch a story, and it's the game is dope, and I think that's pushing this book and other Venom books and Black Spidey suit books too. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And of course, Trev saying he's dead from C3, no live this week. So I apologize, Trev. Totally understand why you are exhausted. You guys absolutely crushed it and surpassed the goal of 25,000, hitting 50,000
congrats.
ways for curing cancer, man. So shout out to everybody again. And of course, Michael Baker saying back to back. That's right. We put up back to back books for you tonight. And of course, not only is it back to back, brother, but you closed out the market report for tonight's show. So that was fun, man. We went through some of that fun stuff. But, Ian, we got one more thing to do, bro. We've got some hot topics to discuss. So,
I'm
again,
down.
one more time, I'm going to ask you for the last time tonight. And I want to hear it, bro, from the gut. Are you ready?
Oh, let's do it, bro.
There it is,
Oh,
baby. All right. Yeah, I love this, man. This is awesome. But all right, hot topics of the week, man. Some cool things to discuss. Now, we're going to kick it off with some pretty interesting news. In fact, it looks like Madam Web trailer is rumored to drop tomorrow at 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Eastern time, not p.m. Don't wait till 9 p.m. Keep an eye out. This is just rumors so far, but Sony Pictures will join other major studios in a presentation at Show East 2023 in Miami, Florida from October 23rd. That's when it kicks off to the 26th, which features film screenings, sponsored events, and the Show East Expo. It brings movie industry leaders together to shape the future of cinema. So expected to be there is also Paramount and Disney and so forth.
Mm.
So it's looking like we might get a trailer tomorrow. So if that's the case, to be honest with you, anything Sony's putting out regarding
Mm-hmm.
their projects at the moment, I really don't care. Craven the Hunter trailer seems very strange, not anywhere close to the Craven I know, nor do I care about it, to be honest. Morbius left horrible taste in my mouth. So, that being said, Madam Web, I'm hoping comes forth with some kind of explanation for why there is no Spider-Man within the Venomverse, and apparently that's what, well, the Venom Sony universe. So apparently that's what this movie is going to be doing. I really hope so. But regardless of the fact, I'm totally probably gonna check this out because of Sydney Sweeney, man. I don't know if you've seen this woman, my man.
She's from that what's that one show on HBO, right? Is that the Sydney Sweeney I'm thinking about?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, Sydney Sweeney, yes, but Sony, no, bro. Like not Sony. Just they kind of ruin it, man. Like I don't like it. I don't. The only movie I liked was the last Spider-Man. Like that's about it, man. Like but other than that, man, like yeah, Sony kind of dumps, bro. So I might just wait till stream. I'll just watch you guys review it, and I'll watch it on stream, bro, when it comes out. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of it's a waiter for me, bro. I'm not gonna spend my hard money on something that's $20 on $20 for me and $20 on my wife and another $20 for like popcorn.
Hey. Yeah, exactly. It's
like,
$20.
It comes out to like $80 and to go watch a movie, bro. Like,
amen. It's not.
So $80, man, for a Sony, the Sony whatever universe they want to call it, bro, and they don't really put much into it. They don't really think about us, like I don't know, man. Maybe it's gonna be a hard pass for me, bro.
Same, and I'm totally with you. By the way, on the prices of going to a movie, the concession stands, you end up leaving the theater spending $80. That's just on you, because I'm sure you're eating a bag of popcorn. You got some nachos. You got a hot dog. Don't lie to me, Ian. I know how you do it. I know how you do it.
You gotta have big old, Diet Coke there, bro. Like the Diet Coke costs you like $12, bro. Like it's only buying one because I gotta share. You don't want to buy two of those. You gotta share it with your wife and your kids. Like. Yep. Man, that's a lot of money, man. This movie better be pretty good, and they haven't proved to me lately that the movies are worth watching. To spend $80 on. So.
And then you got to pay an extra $3 for the little character on the top of your Coke.
I know, right? Like it's madness, bro. It's madness, man.
Yep. But all right, man. So just worthy, and shout out to Chiapet. He was actually the one who sent this my way. So we might be getting a trailer within the upcoming days, but it's looking like it's scheduled for release tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Keep an eye out. Don't quote me on it, but this is what the rumors seem to be online. So
it came up to me. It's Euphoric, right? Is that the Sydney Sweeney we're talking about in Euphoric? I don't know, man. Maybe.
Euphoria.
Euphoria. There we go. See, Euphoria. Yeah. Euphoria. Cool.
Yeah. I will gladly share the screen later if you want me to start going through some Sydney Sweeney photos. But all right, man, let's move on from this. Now, Gargoyles to live action. Yeah, I don't know if you saw this news break earlier within the week last week, but two major names in the creature feature business, Gary Doberman and James Wan's Atomic Monster banner, known for their collaborations on the hit Annabelle horror movies, will team up to remake the 1990s cartoon as a live-action series for Disney Plus. Dude, Gargoyles in live action would be so badass, and it's got to be executed well. Like Disney, I want to put some faith. I think they would treat this property right if it was to go to live action, but man, they can go so many awesome ways with this. One of my childhood favorite cartoons growing up, man. It was up there with so many others, but I remember, man, waking up, especially Saturday morning cartoon.
Yep.
Everybody, I think we've all gone through that at some point in our lives, right? We've all had that childhood. But yeah, man, I'm pumped as hell for this. I'm currently collecting some of the covers that are coming out of Gargoyles. Not the Nakayama ones, man. I'm going to be honest, I'm a bit of a sucker for the homage covers, but I'm pumped. Live action Gargoyles could be awesome as hell, man.
I'm excited, man. They got James Wan on it, bro. So that gives us a lot of hope, man. Because I know, do they even have Saturday morning cartoons for our kids anymore? I don't think so, huh? Like that's all
I'll be
said and done,
honest.
right?
I'll be honest. My kids watch like well nowadays it's mostly streaming stuff, right? Like a lot of
Yeah.
people are going on Netflix and stuff, but like Disney Junior and stuff like that tries to do these things, but they don't hit the feels. Like
No, man, they don't, bro. Because you
yeah,
had to wake up at a time to watch them, bro.
yeah,
Like I used to watch like Ducktales and everything else and Tailspin and all these
yeah.
Disney, but they would come on at 8 o'clock. No, it's 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then football will come on at 10. Remember, you'd be like, damn, man,
Yep.
why does football have to come in and ruin my Saturday morning cartoons? Remember that? Remember those days,
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah, man, for me as as a young kid watching these as well, man, when I was a kid in the '90s, man, and loving all the Disney stuff and the Disney animated series and cartoons, man. I'm welcome to this, man. I think it's gonna be awesome with James Wan behind it, man. I just hope, like you said, man, Disney doesn't dump,
Yeah.
and they have dumped a lot. they
Yep.
you know they have, and I just hope not, because a lot of us old guys are kind of are ruined for this one, man.
Yeah, exactly. And you got to remember, man, it's been like what 30 years since we've
30
seen
years,
anything
bro.
Gargoyles, right? So I'm if we're gonna get live action, I think it's gonna look awesome.
Hmm.
Disney graphics and so forth. Like look what they did with Ahsoka, man. Ahsoka looked absolutely
Yep.
incredible. I'm loving what they're doing with Loki, although some others feel a certain way. Regardless, I have faith. Now, I just want to bring up a comment here by North 49, which he says they should license this out to DC Animation
Hmm.
Studios. Yeah, man.
Yes, yes.
DC Animation would absolutely
Would
kill it.
kill.
Kill it. But I don't want to say I got faith in DC for live action. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, for animation though, like, yeah, man, DC kills all the time, bro. Like that's one thing DC got, is that animation. Their live animation studios are sick.
Yeah. Yes, sir, man. But before we move on to the next topic, bro, got to show some love to my brother, Hyper Combo Comics. My
Hype.
brother, Hype, always crushing it. Now he's got his own stuff going on his YouTube channel. He's posting so much awesome
Yep.
gaming content. If you
Proud
guys,
of him, man. Yeah,
yeah,
he's doing some stuff on his own YouTube channel, and I'm proud of you, Hype. I'm proud of you, bro.
there you go. Much love to Hyper, and of course, Hype. We got to get you back on here, bro. Anytime you want to hop on, let me know. Hit me up, and it would be a blast, man, to get shit rolling again. But Hyper and myself are going to be hanging out tomorrow, so I'll talk about that at the end of the show. Now, let's move on to the next one. Comic news here, and this I'm really excited for. Ultimate
Hmm.
Spider-Man news. That's right. Jonathan Hickman's going to be coming back on this one, and he's never done anything Spider-Man as a head title, right? So he's going to be having the opportunity to do this. And at Marvel's Next Big Thing panel at New York Comic Con, Hickman said he never thought he'd be helming Ultimate Spider-Man,
Hmm.
adding that this is what he said as well. He added that the story is a bit of a Peter B. Parker situation. And this, of course, I'm giving credit to Screen Rant for writing this. This Peter B. Parker situation reference, obviously, from Spider-Verse, right? Well,
Hmm.
from the movie we got there, Across the Spider-Verse and so forth, Into the Spider-Verse. I'm excited about that because this to me tells me that we're
Hmm.
going to be getting a more mature
Yep.
Peter Parker. Now, you got to remember, within the Ultimate Universe, Peter Parker is dead. That's how Miles Morales came about, right?
Hmm.
So, are we going to be getting somebody new? This is an entire new timeline. There's tons of potential, but just the fact that we're getting a future, well, not future, but a more grown up Peter Parker, I'm excited because a lot of fans have been wanting this for the longest time. Now we got it briefly within Renew Your Vows. I don't know if you remember that.
Hmm.
Um, we had the one more day nonsense that took
Yep.
place, Mephisto and so forth. But in Renew Your Vows, we got a taste of that, right? We met his daughter, Ann Parker.
Hmm.
Um, I, Ultimate Universe, we're going this route. I'm pumped, man. I think this is cool.
I'm excited too, man. I'm excited that Hickman's on there, so we're gonna get, as if Hickman's on there, we're gonna get like something more adult. As always, just no graphs, bro. Just no graphs. Like we don't need the graphs in Spider-Man. But yeah, man, I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited to see Peter B. Parker, man, as getting these powers, in a when he's more mature and he's not a kid. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And see him go through life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited for it, man. I think I might have to put this in my poll. And I haven't had Spider-Man in my poll for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see it, man. Maybe I'll put the first five in there, man. Give Hickman a chance and
Yeah.
continue on if it's dope. So.
For sure, man. And of course, there's multiple covers that I've seen so far. You've seen, like, example, this exact cover, but the other ones have like half of it with the symbiote on it, and then the other half being Spider-Man 2099. So
Mhm.
I don't know if this is foreshadowing for things that might take place within this universe, or it's just some neat covers they're putting together. But regardless, this is interesting. I'm excited. Like you said, if it's in, if within the first 5 issues, Hickman delivers. In my opinion, he
Mhm.
always does phenomenal, especially with creating universes and so forth, tying things into other things. Like he's just good at doing all of that fun stuff. So looking forward to this one. All right, bro. I don't know if you saw this, man. Echo, yeah, the Echo TV show got a new logo, and immediately when I saw this, I said Jessica Jones, and everybody else seems to be saying the same thing, man. It's got the Jessica Jones logo feel to it. So people saying the same thing. Are they, giving us a little foreshadowing of what's to take place within the Echo series? Are we going to see Jessica Jones make her way back? Daredevil, of course, Daredevil is almost a given at this point when it comes to Echo.
Mhm.
But I feel like a lot of hype behind this one kind of died out. Now,
Yeah.
this little logo change didn't do much for me other than spark that minor curiosity of, oh, okay, they changed the logo. Somewhat looks like the Jessica Jones logo back from when they had the next Netflix series going. Is that what they're trying to say? I don't know. But regardless, people are talking about it this week. What's your thoughts?
Man, I'm so confused by this all the Echo news. At first, I thought it was gonna be like her origin stories on the on the reservations, and her gaining her powers, and understanding her powers. Now it looks like it's gonna be more urban. Like if you look at it, it's gonna be more gritty. I think part of that whole Daredevil thing, and being part in New York, in a gritty situation, and gritty atmosphere, man. So I'm confused, man. I don't know what Marvel's doing nowadays, man. I'm kind of happy they didn't scratch this, man. At least we know something's coming,
Yeah.
with Echo and everything else, man. But yeah, I mean, I'll give it a chance, man. But I'm confused. Are you confused too by what Marvel's doing? Like what Feige's doing with the MCU, man. I mean, I'm
So
lost,
we'll
so.
we'll touch on that in just a bit because there is a topic that ties to that. But when it comes to Echo itself, I imagine as of this point and moving forward for all future projects, especially with the strikes that have been going on, SAG-AFTRA and all that, it was only evident that we were going to be getting delays. So I
Mhm.
know that this one got pushed. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's now scheduled for a January 2024 release or something. Or
Okay, so it's soon, huh?
yeah,
Jeez.
it's coming around. It's coming around very soon. But I think that was the last I had seen news regarding the release of this. But confusion, I totally understand it. There's been some changes at Disney, which we'll talk about. But yeah, man.
And like what Constantino says, man, I love her too, man. I mean, I love how David Mack, how he created her, and in the comic books and everything else. But yeah, it's I'm confused with what they're trying to do in the movies,
Yeah,
and on the TV screen. So
yeah. Well, we'll be touching on it
we'll
very
see, man.
shortly. But before we get to it, apparently Wonder Man has been scrapped at Marvel Studios. Now, this I
Hmm.
want to say comes as a surprise, but not really much, to be honest. Was anybody really hyped to see Wonder Man come to you know a TV series or whatever it may have been? I mean, Wonder Man is a decent character at best.
Hmm.
Not somebody I really cared for. I'm just being honest, man. Everybody's got their own opinions, and so I'm curious to hear yours. But it doesn't surprise me. Like I said, you were just mentioning how you're kind of confused and there's shakeups and so forth regarding um, Marvel's decisions as of late. But Wonder Man has apparently been scrapped. What's your
But
thoughts?
I don't know, man. I think you have. I think Disney was like, what, let's do a Wonder Man. We can film it all here in LA. Kind of goes with the the comic books and everything. It's cheap for us because we can just do it here. We don't have
Yeah,
to go all the way to New York and or do go outside of the Hollywood area.
yeah,
So but I mean, I just feel bad for all the guys that kind of bought into the Wonder Man stuff, man.
yeah.
So
You
that's
know,
that's a that's a spec left behind, man. That's a spec Jomo, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So for me at
Joe.
least, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't buy into it, man. So
At all, man. And the Wonder Man stuff, dude. What is it? Avengers 9, where he makes his first appearance and then dies. Even that one, man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it got very minimal love, and it's for an early Avengers book. It's relatively cheap, right? Like you figure within the first 10 issues of Avengers, people would be paying pretty heavy coin. But I
mhm,
would say that this is the lesser of the
yeah.
interesting ones. But regardless, yeah, man, I didn't buy into any of the Wonder Man stuff. I really didn't care. It's not a character I care for, so I would not be spending money just based off speculation. So yes, Jomo all the way, baby. Been
Jomo, baby. I
Jomo is
Jomo
the
that
way.
one. I Jomo that one. You know.
That is the way. Not sure this is legit news. None of the big channels confirmed this delayed possibly. Again, it's rumored. It's rumored. So yes, regardless, with the changes and things happening at Disney, if this were scrapped, I don't think many people would be hurt by it.
No,
But
no.
we're gonna talk pressure here. Under pressure, yes, the famous song. Now, I don't know if you saw this one. This is pretty interesting, man, and I think this ties into some of the stuff you were saying. How Kevin Feige was reportedly pressured by Disney into announcing new Marvel Studios projects, including Fantastic Four and Armor Wars, during Disney's Investor Day 2020, despite them being nowhere near ready. Kathleen Kennedy was also reportedly pressured into announcing new Lucas projects. So this, as you can see, MCU, the reign of Marvel Studios, is where this information came from. And I find this to be rather interesting because, yes, I get it, investors and so forth. You want to start, pumping out, like promising what's up and coming and all that fun stuff. But it's kind of strange to see this approach where, they were pressured into making these announcements like, Armor Wars and Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, dude, well, apparently only now we're going to start hearing news about Fantastic Four casting and so forth. So I imagine, within the upcoming months, we'll find out. But 2020 to now, like that's a 3-year delay almost.
Hmm.
And then we have Armor Wars, which has been nowhere. Um, Other than like little news leaks regarding the series that are kind of like out there, but now things are starting to make sense within the MCU for Armor Wars. So I feel like some of this information may have come out too quickly, and we kind of understand why here, right? We've seen changes on the head side of Disney.
Hmm.
So we've seen some big changes there. Kevin Feige apparently wasn't even involved in some of
Hmm.
the projects of the TV series and so forth. So it's very interesting to see some of this come out through this the reign of Marvel Studios. I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, man, what's your thoughts of this, man? How Disney kind of pressured these guys into making these announcements, kind of leaving people like, I don't want to say let down, but it was kind of like the delays are actually
I
annoying.
mean, there's been a. I mean, there was a ton of announcements at San Diego Comic Con a couple years ago, and then at D24, that haven't really come to fruition, right? Like Ironheart, whatever happened to that one, man? Like did that get
Yeah.
scrapped too? Like and then we get a little bit of Fantastic Four here and there, but there's nothing to back it up. And Armor Wars, and there's a lot of stuff going on, man. That I mean, as a fan, and as a consumer, like I'm pretty Feige. I'm pretty confused, man. I'm pretty confused. And Disney, if you're listening, I'm confused, and I keep up with stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and are you pretty confused too? Am I just the only one, man?
No, you're not. But Chia Pet here, who is in the chat, and of course, I always appreciate him sharing some information with me. We talk on the daily, and he said something that was pretty interesting, and it's a Kevin Feige quote. So check this. He says, on the multiverse note, we recognize that there are stories, movies, and series that are uh, canonical to Marvel, but were created by different storytellers during different periods of Marvel's history. The timeline presented in this book is specific to MCU's sacred timeline through Phase 4. But as we move forward and dive deeper into the multiverse saga, you never know when timelines may just crash or converge. Hint, hint, spoiler alert.
Mm.
So it looks like now things are going to start getting a little more clear, is what I'm understanding. So I don't know what's your thoughts on that little quote by Kevin Feige, but yeah, man,
I
lots
mean,
of
they're doing a multiverse for a reason, man. So everything can kind of crash together, I guess. So hopefully it lands. Like because if I ask my wife, like, do you understand what the multiverse is? And she's like, kinda. Like there's there's different people in different
universes.
levels, universes, and everything. Yeah, she kind of gets it. Like the lay people, man. I mean, they're just trying to grab the concept, man. Like us, like we understand, like there's different universes and there's different
Yeah,
variants to everybody, but it's pretty confusing for other people who are not. You know what I'm saying? Like they see like multiple Spider-Mans and they're like, but who is the Spider-Man? Like
yeah,
who is the main Spider-Man? They want to have something to attach to. You know what I'm saying? And I think give it to Sony, man. They did that pretty well and and Into the Universe, like where you can grasp the concept. You know what I'm saying? But like live action, man, it's hard to grasp, man. So we'll
it is.
see, man. We'll see if they can land it or not, man. And I'm hoping they do, but half of me is saying like they're probably not going to, bro. Like it's, you're making things like super conceptualized for the regular, viewer. You know what I'm
Viewer.
saying?
Yeah,
You gotta make it a little bit more simpler, man. You know what I'm saying? So like like try to land it the way you did, with in the first phase. You know what I'm saying? So
yep. Agreed, man. But Hoodrat, that was the show. Those were the hot topics. So thank you so much for swinging by, hanging out. I think we did a good job, man. We
yeah,
went
man. I
through
think I
some of
appreciate it, bro.
the hot topics and market report, which was very interesting, and of course the FOC picks of the week. But before we say bye to the chat and send them off, let the people know what you are up to. Some of the upcoming stuff. You broke some news about Dan and so forth. So let us all know, bro.
Oh, guys, so yeah, man, my channel is we're doing collabing with Go Collect. We do the Co comic book show. Co Comics, man. We look at Co keys, and me and my boy Spacefarer Collectibles. That's Craig. We try to dive into like the into the stats, man, and try to figure out which books are the best books to buy within the Co keys by just looking at the stats, man. And we try to teach you guys the way we look at it and which ones are the sweet spot to get into, man. And then I have a bunch of interviews going on from New York Comic Con, and I got stuff going on. And I'm also putting together a show of like my experience at New York Comic Con, the pros and the cons of that, and things that I loved about it and things that they can probably work on. But yeah, man. And Dan's show's coming back on my show, man. Dan's Comic Book Corner, man. Dan just kind of does. Dan just beats Dan, man. I just sit there and press record and say, Dan, do whatever you
Beautiful.
want, bro. And Dan has a wealth of knowledge, man. He has over like I don't know, like 6, 7 decades of collecting comic books, man. So you get all that knowledge, man. And that's like I always think that segment is like the best segment on YouTube, man. It's like this
I
in
love it.
comic YouTube. Dan just has a lot of knowledge that can be passed on to everybody, man. And he's a good friend of mine as well, man. So I appreciate him. But yeah, I appreciate Black, man. Like he puts a lot of hard work in this show. I always watch it, man. And what you do, man, for the comic book community, man. Like I really appreciate it. I know the chat does too as well, bro. And thank you for having me on.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Of course, the chat and all of this fun stuff is what makes it fun. But yeah, man. So guys, definitely sub up, subscribe, go follow Hoodrat Comics, man, on YouTube, Instagram. Always dropping some fire content, very informative. And I agree with you. Dan's stuff is pretty damn awesome. Before we go on my end, guys, yes, tonight we had none other than Hoodrat Comics, but next week I got Cliff NY baby hopping on, so he's
Nice.
gonna be coming to hang out with me. And of course, the following week, man, there's no thummy for it yet, so it's a surprise. But Paperweight Collects is actually gonna be hopping on. I don't think he's ever been on YouTube before, man. So just to show you guys, anybody is welcome to this channel, whether you've got 1,000 subscribers, 1,000,000 subscribers, or 1 subscriber. I really don't care. If you're ready to talk comics, the door is always open to everybody here, man. So that's it for the show, guys. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the Comic Kingpins, myself, Hyper, we're going to be over on the Comic Kingpins channel celebrating 2 years of that channel's existence. Yes, it's been quite some time
Nice.
since I've been there.
Congrats.
Yeah, man. I haven't been there in months, man. So I'm looking forward to that, hanging out with the boys. And of course, on Tuesday night, I'll be over with the Newbie Comics at 9:40 or 45 p.m. Eastern time. He keeps changing that stuff on me. So yeah, man, looking forward to that hangout with Rocksteady and Newbie. And then Thursday, immediately after the show of Loki episode 4, I'll be hopping on with Chia Pet, who's here in the chat, and Anthony from Reference Point Podcast, talking an immediate breakdown of the episode. So 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, you can find me there. And then next Sunday, like I said, I'll be back with Cliff, New York, baby. Ian, Hoodrat, bro, thank you again. It's been an absolute pleasure. And yeah, man, like I said, guys, go subscribe and definitely show some love to Hoodrat. Always dropping some great content. And I can't wait to see what you put together at your next con, man. Do you have any idea what's going to be the next one for you?
LA Comic Con most likely, man. You know, and then we got the New Mint, the New Mint comic show out there in Orange County that we're gonna attend. All the guys in Southern, you know, in LA and San Diego will be there, so we'll do some stuff over there too, man. You know.
There you go, man. All right, guys. Thank you again, and shout out to everybody for coming together for C3, raising $50,000 out of the targeted $25,000, surpassing it by double. That is some big numbers. Amazing what everybody here can do when we come together, man, for a great cause. So, Comics Curing Cancer. Shout out to DJ Lynx, Rob Fat Stacks, and all the boys. You guys crushed it this year. Guys, that's the show. I will see you again tomorrow night on the Comic Kingpins channel. Until then, buenas noches, guys.
Os.
Horse.